This is Behind the Bay. This is Max and Kev. We're back at it again, and today's guest is Dwight Stroh.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, we're excited to have you here, and we appreciate you coming, man. This is, like I said, this is one of those things for the community. We're just trying to shine a light on people, and maybe not everybody from this area knows who you are, so we want to give you some love there. And yeah, we'll just kind of kick it off, and we always kind of start at the beginning, like little Dwight. How'd you get into music, and how did that come about?
Well, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Right. Yeah, you sense the theme.
In a little place called North Dakota. So I grew up as a farm family. We were immigrant Russian Germans that had migrated from Ukraine area, the Odessa, the Black Sea, to North Dakota in the land grant when Abraham Lincoln was given $10. You got 160 acres of land, Minnesota, the Dakotas, because they needed that money to fight the Union War against the Confederate.
Gotcha.
So that's where my family came from. We have a whole bunch of cousins, and there was a bunch of brothers that all got a little piece of land, and so we stayed there. I was there until I was about 7, and we moved to Colorado. Ended up in Klamath Falls, where I graduated high school. So they were basically, you had to meet some requirements. Like you had to be able to they know we're going to give you some acreage that you could actually grow a farm. So these people had to have some skills in that area.
Oh, awesome.
But
cool.
it was pretty much, if you could prove that, here you go. It was pretty cool, man. We had 800 acres. I had 2 lakes on it.
Wow.
So we had our own lake. And,
what a cool growing up, man.
Heck of a backyard, I tell you.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm curious. So you were born, or you guys came from Ukraine?
No, so my grandparents came from there.
Okay, and then you were born here.
Yeah, so they were Germans. They went there. Catherine the First or whatever offered land to those Germans back in about 1810, something around there. And then they didn't fall under any laws of Russia at the time. They had freedom of religion. They could run themselves, so they didn't have any other Russian people tell them how to do it. And then in 1870, they said, "Nah, you guys are all peasants, and you're all going to go in the army."
Nice.
And so they said, "Well, the United States is giving the land away for $10, so we're going to go there now."
Bye. Okay. That's awesome. So you had some time on your hands too. I can imagine.
Yeah. So as a kid, didn't have to do all the farm work. My older brothers were the ones that were getting up at 5, milking the cows, going to school, coming back, milking the cows.
Oh, wow.
Going out working the fields and
so stuff. Little Dwight got away with it.
Yeah, I go out and check the chicken coop for eggs.
You're like, yeah, chickens look good. Okay.
Yeah, they're looking good. It was pretty much play all the time for me.
Awesome. So that kind of, you had some time. Is that how kind of the music thing kind of got in?
That's what I was going to ask.
I was just curious.
How did the music thing kind of?
Oh, well, I had older brothers. In fact, I had a brother back then, older brother Don, that had a Stratocaster, and I remember him playing. I remember my dad playing the acoustic guitar and harmonica and singing.
Wow, that's cool.
He's drunk out of his mind, but he was.
My dad too. But good times. Good times.
Yeah. So then when I have older brothers and we moved, we ended up in Klamath Falls. So my brother would have electric guitars and leave them around, and pretty much I would just pick them up and first of all try to see how do you tune this thing, and then I would play a record and try to pick out a part of the song. Never really had any really formal training till.
That's what I was going to ask, because like obviously I grew up in a day and age where I'm like, oh, YouTube, right? Like I've got everything at my disposal. So for you, where you kind of grow up in that time where you don't have YouTube, right? You don't really have all that stuff. How'd you do it? Would you ask people, or would you just try to figure it out on your own?
I was all by ear, man. I was really fortunate. My next oldest brother, Daryl, he had come out of Germany. He had bought a really nice stereo and it had a turntable on it. And it was one that had the strobe, right? It had the light on it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And you could adjust the speed of it. So if I wasn't exactly in tune, I could slow that down just a little bit and get in tune with the song. And so I would just pick it back, pick the needle back, that kind of thing.
Nice. That's crazy.
It is. I know. I'm like something. Thankfully, we didn't have to go through.
No, it was sometimes playing. Getting your guitar in tune took longer than you had time to play.
You're right. You're like, by the time it's finally tuned up. I'm tired. I'm done.
It's dinner time. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I just got this tuned, bro. No, I a little bit. I mean, it's not, I didn't have a record player, but I did have to play what they call them, where it's the square and they got the spinnies and the tape comes out of it.
Cassette tape?
Thank you.
Oh my. Terrible. Terrible. I can't.
That's what I learned on. That's how I started. I remember when YouTube came out, I was like, oh my God, thank you. you know, but that's how I started. It was kind of the same thing, right? I just press play, rewind, press play, rewind, press play, rewind, right? To learn stuff. That's how I did it, by ear.
Right.
That's very cool.
Now we got the little Bluetooth foot pedal, and we can watch YouTube, pause it, back it up, put it on a loop.
Slow it down. You can do all that stuff. Yeah. Actually, I just learned that.
Yeah.
He just taught me that. He's like, you know, these YouTubes, dude. There's a little
settings tab.
There's a little
click
setting, and you can slow it down to what I'm like. No way. That's even, I mean, if it wasn't already easy enough, it just got better for me because I'm like, man, now I can play this at my tempo until I get it.
Yeah. So you started, like you said, you were kind of messing around with guitar, right? Yeah. They were kind of around.
Yeah, they were around, and brother was always listening. It was always the classic rocks and stuff. So it was great stuff to pick apart and learn, you know, House of the Rising Sun.
Right,
you know,
right.
Okay.
Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, especially those because you're like, Louie, Smoke on the Water. Like you can pick those up pretty quick, and you're like, man, I'm doing it.
That's right.
I'm rocking, man.
Yeah.
Check it.
Any little part you could learn was encouraging to go try contact on something else. I ended up buying a electric guitar, Les Paul, knockoff for $100. Had some friends in, I think it was 10th grade. We started playing together. Great guys. They're still playing music,
awesome.
know, in the Portland area and elsewhere. We basically learned how to play our instruments and be in a band at the same time together.
See, I think that's awesome, and I think it's a really good way. I mean, there is something to be said about going through the growing pains of it, and especially with others at the same time. That's really cool because you build that band, that camaraderie ship, and
well, that's all part of it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, definitely. But like I said, I think it's even more so like now we can kind of like, here's what I bring to the table. This is what I got, dude. And, we haven't met before. I just met you on Craigslist. But,
yeah, exactly.
But then you grew up with these people, you learn this stuff, you doing this stuff together. So that's got to be so super cool.
So I want to know. So that was like the first band that you've, I guess, played with, right?
Yeah.
What was the name?
Constellation 4.
Okay,
I like it.
Yeah,
why Constellation 4?
Well, I think at that time because it was Rush 2112. Some of the other stuff was out, and we did some writing. We'd make up little ditties and songs and stuff, and wouldn't stand any test of anything now. But we thought we were cool.
Right. Did you guys play a lot of live shows? Just curious.
No, we did. I think we did. We actually played the Gong Show.
Really?
In 11th grade.
I don't know what that is.
School. Okay.
Oh, man.
Homework for you.
For real, dude. I know. Sometimes I forget that we're so far apart in age, and I'm like, what? You don't know what?
Yeah. So you had to audition, do some performance, and if the audience didn't like you, they had a big gong, and they gonged it, and you were done. It was like the big hook come out and drug you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we played that in the gymnasium while other people were doing their things, and we just played. I think we played 2 songs or a Rush song. We won, and we
nice.
He said we won.
We didn't get gonged.
Yeah, we didn't get gonged. We were like, "Where's our $8 check?" Because
yeah, look at it, monetizing, baby.
Yeah. But as we got older, in the next 12th grade and stuff, both skills kind of got up a little bit, and we could do some cover stuff. I think we played one show together before I was like, you know what? I'm going to graduate. I'm going to move to LA and be a rock star.
Nice.
Okay.
So I did one show with those guys that we really actually got paid for in front of people. And these guys were good. There was we always had that competing band,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's always there, dude.
Well, and that's a good thing, I think. A little.
Yeah, it is.
Competition
kind of makes you like,
success.
I got this. Let's go.
Yeah, so they were down. They got to play at like one of the fairs, and Steve Miller got up and played with them, and I was like, oh,
wow, you're like right in the heart.
So then that was pretty much it. When I got out of high school, me and my buddy that played bass loaded up my old Ford Galaxy 500, put a U-Haul to it, and headed off to L.A. and stayed with my ex-girlfriend and her aunt and that down there, and we were going to do music down there. That was the goal. It looked like this with the U-Haul on it. But we tried to make it work. We got down there, had to find work and try to get our own place. And then what people we were staying with, he didn't get along with. And I came home from my work one day, and I was like, "Where's Darren?" Like, we put him on the bus. He's back in Klamath Falls. I'm like, "But my my plan.
my grand plan, like you guys.
So
you Dave Mustaine him, dude? What do you God?
Well,
you guys.
ended up, married and 2 kids later. I ended up playing music down there, cover band or something we did. And we did one pool party down there.
Okay.
It was fun. I forget what all the classics we were doing, stuff like that. And the leader of the band afterwards was all excited. He was, hey, man, they loved us. They want us to come back, but they can only pay us in cocaine.
Okay.
So my wife's like, you're out.
And this is,
you're out of the band now. We're not doing that.
Yeah, so that was it. And then I was doing other family things and stuff.
Right on.
So that was pretty much it until probably 97. So a good 12, 13 years later before I even, I'd plunk on my electric guitar wherever and stuff, but I never really had a goal.
Did you hit the ground running? Did you get into something like really good at first, or was it kind of stepping stones?
I paid my dues, man. I played in the crappiest couple 3-piece or whatever and stuff and worked my way back. And then 2007, I got in a band called the Renegade Monks. Was a good cover band up there, and they needed a guitar player, and I jumped in, and I was the oldest cat, and they were worried, he's not going to want to learn new stuff.
Oh, wow.
And me, I'm like, hey, man, you like this 90s stuff? Don't you dig this 90s stuff? They're like, oh, he does like new stuff.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So that we did pretty well up there. They had a bunch of cover bands up there, obviously, but we were together 2007. I think we played our last show in 2012, and we'd come down here, play the mill once in a while. So it was fun. It was a great vacation to get away. I played with some original artist Chris Merrill up there. We worked on some recording stuff for that Opal Studios up there with him, and that was its own kind of rewarding thing. It's always different to play originals,
right? Yeah, for sure.
It seems a little bit more rewarding. But we went up to Bomber Shoot in Seattle and made it through the first round, and then he got into it with one of his other band members, and you can't replace band members.
No,
once you're in that, and you're out.
Yeah,
so we were out.
Yeah, that is tough. I had that happen to me a couple times too, where it was like one person and like we were on in this trajectory, dude, and it was like, dude, we're already spending the money we don't have yet, and then somebody just totally screws the pooch. And
there goes the rug. Yeah. But so our bass player up there, he started getting towards the end of our run. He decided he wanted to get into some other tribute band, so he's the one who started the Poisonous tribute band. Will Barnes, he did the Poisonous tribute, and they were great. They looked the part. They had all the right pieces, and he needed a guitar player, and he begged me. I'm like, dude, I don't want to wear a wig and makeup, Well, just get us through a couple shows. I did, So I did.
And then you were in.
Yeah. Just you don't want to see those pictures, but yeah. Anyway,
I think I have seen a couple. They're actually pretty good. I did have a little.
I want to see them.
I did have a little chuckle about it, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, that was at times, and you killed it. You did great.
Oh,
so
the music is so fun. Playing Poisonous music and CC DeVille. It was a blast to play. The music was great, and so we played some good shows with a lot of other bands. We'd open or we'd play with other bands. And that was always the fun part. And so I did that, and then I started with my Collective Souls. I wanted to do a Collective Soul tribute band, so I got an initial group together. I got a girl named Terry McCoy from L.A. She jumped in and was my lead guitar player. So
cool.
She was fantastic. So some of that, and the drummer went sideways, and then some people I'd originally asked to be with it that turned me down, all of a sudden wanted to be in it.
Nice.
And I was like, sure. Okay. So I got a real solid guitar player, bass player, everybody. And we had a good time. We really, opened up. We were never the headliners. We always opened up for other people, but we always would do things like with a Heart tribute band. So we'd call it like Heart and Soul or, or we'd play with the Led Zeppelin, open for them, or, just metal bands or rock bands that would be headlining. It was fun for us to just go for 45 to 90 minutes and just blow the doors off and be done.
But the Collective Soul thing, was that your brainchild?
That was your baby?
That was something you wanted to do?
That was something I always wanted to do because I'd followed them since 97.
It's a great band.
Always
great band.
going to the
Collective
shows
Soul.
up there and stuff. And it was something that like, hey, man, I think I could sing. So because it's not like.
Right. It's not super high.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it was melodic. It wasn't just heavy metal. It was melodic, had some good stuff. And so it's funny because I remember probably 5 years before that, I put an ad out on Craigslist, and this guy writes me back. He's like, "No, man, you got to look the part, dude. You can't do this. You're too old. You need to look the part." So anyway, I did drop the whole idea for a while, and after that, I felt more confident. I was like, nah, I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, and dude, cool stuff too. I mean, I've seen some of the. You sent me some of the pictures, dude. It was, I'm like, right on, man. It's just, very, very cool.
It's just fun. It was good time. So we did that. Did the Aerosmith tribute band. We just had a hard time. We even had KJ on the radio station help us try to do a karaoke contest. Try to find Steven Tyler.
Oh,
that's a tough bill to fill.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, right.
But again, the music was great. Then I joined a Boston tribute band, and we just never got that one off the ground. The singer just, we just never had the confidence that he was going to pull it off. And we were like, dude, we got to kind of hear that live or in the practice before we go live. Oh, I'll be fine in live. And
no.
That's it. Red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag, dude, for sure. When everybody goes, dude, I got this, dude. I don't need to practice, dude.
No.
No.
If you put me on a stage in front of 1,000 people, then I'm good.
I got this. And you are, that's what I thought.
Then the cape comes out.
So having said that, so it sounds like you've actually done quite a few tribute bands.
Yeah, it was a period. And Portland just became huge for tribute bands. I mean, they have festivals up there where it's just nothing but tribute bands. And like
right.
Petty Fever.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Frank Murray.
Yep,
so he was one of the first. I remember him. He was in a cover band. I can't remember their name, but he asked our singer in our cover band. He's like, "Man, these guys think I should do a tribute band to Petty. Tom Petty. What do you think?" He's like, "Yeah, you should do it, man. You look the part."
Tribute bands make a little bit more too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, comparatively to like cover bands, and they get a little bit more of those more prestigious gigs.
I would say so. Yeah.
Bigger stuff, better stuff, because it's like you're emulating this, and people will more so pay for that, especially if it's that's my shit. That's my jam.
It depends on the show. Like, some people want you to sell tickets, And that's always you never know. The nice thing about it is you can just pour all your energy into a short, a set.
Right. One catalog. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean the time you don't have to. It's
not 4 hours.
Yeah, you don't have to pace yourself to make your everything right. You can just give it your all, and
Isn't it always like that though? The more you work, the less you get. That's right. The less you do, the more you get paid. Yeah. Well, that's super cool though. I mean, tribute bands. I always kind of wanted to be in a tribute band, but it was like it's hard to find that, like you were saying. It seems like you were kind of going through some stuff too, going, I don't know if this is the one or this is the one. And
it's funny, honestly, because I do know a couple people that are in like tribute bands, right? And they're like in Portland, Seattle, right? It's like, why, in your opinion, why is it's such a thing up there? It's not here, right? We have a bunch of cover bands here. There are no tribute bands here. Well, unless you can name me one that I can think.
I'll tell you why. Okay, so what I found is that a lot of people love the music that those tribute bands do. Journey,
right?
Led Zeppelin, Scorps, all that.
And they're not going to pay $300 for a ticket to go see.
You're not going to pay that. And if you do, you're going to go see Van Halen with the now David Lee Roth or somebody, and you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
You're going to see the people you want to see doing that music, right, having a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
So this gives you that.
We've all seen Vince Neil out there, right? Vince Neil was like, okay, yeah, I and I love Motley Crue, but I don't. I think I'll pass.
Right, right. So now you got the young blood that really love the music and do it justice.
Right.
And, of course, they're never going to be those guys. They don't get all the credit, but I mean, it can be fun and it can be affordable. And they do whole festivals of just tribute band.
Right, and like you said, it's a snapshot of when they were at their height or whatever it is. And and I've noticed too, certain tribute bands, it's almost better than like you say, like the original today, because that's their own stuff. They got carte blanche to be like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna change this up or do it. I'm like, but that's not what we want.
Yeah, and
that's not the record, bro.
Some of them just can't pull it off,
and some of them can't pull it off. Yeah, exactly. So I think that
makes sense.
There is a need for tribute bands because you're taking that snapshot in time that people want and love, and they can get it for pennies on the dollar.
Exactly.
So awesome, man.
Yeah. I will say I did see Scorpions.
Well, some of them still have it. I will say that, dude.
Also, Klaus, man, he was spot on, dude.
I went and watched the Eagles at the Moda, man, and I'm like, these old dogs still got it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the harmonies and the musicianship. I'm like, dude, these guys still got, I mean, and you know, I went to that show too, and I almost forgot how many bangers that these guys had.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was like, dude, 2 hours of them, like, oh yeah,
I forgot about that one.
This one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, these guys are
Exactly.
so good.
So obviously this is not all just about music. I'd like to know a little bit more about Dwight and your, like, you, right? You said you had a couple kids.
Yeah, I've got 4 kids. So
You got 4 kids. Okay.
kids. Yeah,
Nice.
I got a son who's just an amazing songwriter, acoustic guitar player, everything. Aaron Stroh, and he goes, I won up the acoustic DJ.
Yeah. No, I think I seen that actually. I think either you sent me a clip or somebody did, and I seen Aaron. I'm like, damn,
He
he's really good. Actually, he's
okay.
super good too.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit, this is actually really good.
Yeah, he actually did a battle of the bands in Reading when he was just starting, kind of doing this, writing his own music and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I got this." He went and took first place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with an acoustic guitar.
Awesome, man.
I was like, okay, well, that's awesome. But yeah, he's amazing. I've got 3 beautiful daughters. I get 2 in Spokane and 1 in Vancouver up there. So,
Oh, cool, man.
y'all from the same mama.
So cool, proud dad, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
For
they're
you.
good kids, and we're close. We may live miles apart, but we're all really close.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Very
good.
cool, man.
Go ahead.
And so what do you do for, obviously I know you play music. Are you retired?
No,
What do you do
And
for
I
work?
know this. You told me the other night. He's like, he's on the precipice right now. He's like, he's got short timers. Like, I'm counting down the days.
Yeah. So the reason I'm here is I moved from Portland for a job, a fiber optic company called Level 3 at the time. And so they opened up, they had a submarine cable land up north of the golf course in Bandon down there.
Yeah.
And so they needed somebody there 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And the customer that we were dealing with was going to pay so much a month to have somebody seated in that chair Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And so I kind of raised my hand to get out of the rat race up there and come down
Nice.
here. So that's what I do. And so, I just got 25 years in with them, and I'm hitting the big number in December. So the company now offered a phased retirement where if you stick around to train your backup, and you work part-time, at the end of that, they'll give you a sizable chunk of cash as a bonus on the way out.
Okay.
So I
Thank
signed
you.
the paperwork, and January 1st is my first day as a free man.
Nice.
man.
Good for you.
No doubt, dude.
Nice.
It's like Shawshank. He's like, all right.
I was like, I
Free,
know,
baby.
I know. I keep thinking about the same thing.
That is so cool, though. But not to say that you're not a traveled man. I've looked at your Facebook, dude. You guys, I'm jealous. I'm like, Paris and here and this and that. I'm like, man, Dwight gets out there, dude. He's like, that is awesome, though. Like, so is there some kind of like deal? Like, you're like, hey, once a year, we're doing this.
So I've traveled a lot when I first got divorced from the kids' parents and that, and I was losing my job at that time. I went through losing my wife, my kids, my job, my house, everything. And so when that happened, and I was getting times of that job was down. I was like, man, I'm taking a trip. And I had somebody in Australia say, come down and see me.
Okay.
And so I did. So I was like, man, I like traveling. The next year I said, lady in Thailand said, come see me. I was like, sure.
Nice.
So that kind of whet my appetite for traveling, even though, I didn't really probably weigh all the dangers and stuff.
Right.
I'm just too much of a trusting soul. I trust people.
Well, that's awesome too, dude. I mean, I always tell people, I mean, it sucks that some people take advantage of that and do what they do. But, I always say, man, it's a travesty when people change because of that stuff. It's like, man, they've been burned or they've done this. And it's like, man, you took his little heart.
Yeah,
man. What are you doing?
I haven't been jaded by any of it.
That's awesome.
So hopefully I haven't jaded anybody else.
No, I that's one thing about you, bro. I've always like, man, as soon as I met Dwight, I was like, dude, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I agree.
instantly, I was like, he's got a great attitude. Some more so than some these days, things can get you down, but it's like, you don't let it show.
Hey, we're all doing the best we can.
Exactly.
You know? But as far as traveling, like you said, now when I met Terry, we decided, hey, we're going to set some money aside every month, and we're going to take turns each year picking where we go.
Nice.
Very cool.
And so that's what we do now. We set some money aside. Then it's like, oh, this is my year. This is your year. Where do you want to go? So I'm like,
Nice.
That was what I was going to ask. So what's the next destination? What's
we
the
were
first
just
choice.
We've been talking about that. We were thinking about going down and spending a week in like Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
maybe going up in Sedona,
Nice.
hit the Sphere and come back,
Oh, cool.
But it's right now. I had to move it to August, and man, I don't think we want to be in the desert.
Dude.
But
I
yeah,
know.
definitely trying to decide this one where we want to go. And like I say, I tell her I want to go this time. I want to go somewhere instead of being in the crowd, going to Key West and
Right.
doing the whole thing,
Touristy.
a
Right.
bunch of people doing a cruise. I just want to go somewhere where I feel like I can get back in touch with nature and just relax.
Exactly.
Nice.
Just
No.
something like that. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's always good to step out of your comfort zone and go somewhere,
Yeah.
and do something new. To me, that's everything. Is just new experience. I wish it would be safe to go like a country and then immerse yourself in
The culture.
the population, the general. Go to their downtown, see
Right.
what those guys are doing. But it's just not.
No,
it's not
I know.
that kind of world
Like we
anymore.
went to Mexico a few years back, and it was like that, and they were like, "Don't leave the resort."
Yeah.
And then you'd like, "Oh yeah, dude, it's true." You
Yeah.
look over the fence, you're like, "Oh no, you're right." Do not, especially certain parts of town and certain things. It's like, and if you don't know, they're gonna roll you, man. They
Yeah.
are. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're the white tourist guy."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got this guy's number.
Well, and Americans are real popular right now.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's super popular. Yeah, everybody loves us. But yeah, no, and I totally get that. It's just like it's kind of scary, and you wish you could because I'm like, I'm like, no, but I like you guys. It's
Yeah, I
not
know.
me. I swear. But they're like, yeah, no.
There's a lot of places I haven't been. Jamaica's one of the ones I'd love to go down. I'd rather go down and see some reggae and
Yeah, no, that'd be super
stuff
cool.
like that. But they're stay on the resort type too.
Yeah.
So just one thing I've found when I'm traveling, I have seen is that people that have less seem to be more happier.
Dude, it's that's so true. It really is because you don't, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that the more and more crap you attain and you get, the more you have to lose, and the more you're trying to hold on. And it's like, dude, are you happy? No,
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 I'm
not at all.
stressed out.
I'm stressed and scared every day.
Meanwhile, I'm tracing that next carrot.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's all good. Life is good. I really am enjoying not having to have a full-time job and then Friday night be at a club set up. And then,
Right.
after midnight fair down. And it's a
Yes.
young man's thing for you guys. And I don't know how all the people do it really.
Well, we don't. We bitch and moan.
Yeah.
And
The
it
whole
is.
time.
And that's why people all the time. I know, and I love these people. And this is for everybody out there too, because some people just don't realize on the musician side. Like they'll be like, but I'm only asking you to play 2 hours instead of 4. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want to say it like that, but I'm like, I get paid to set up and tear down.
Yeah.
I'll play for free.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if somebody, I'm like, I just walk in and just do it. I would play all night. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
It's the wear and tear and the late night and picking,
Yeah.
hauling and moving and doing it. Cause it's a lot of work.
It's a ton
you know,
of work.
and so
It gets a rewarding when the crowd's happy and you're in it and
Exactly.
everybody's in it. That's the reward right there.
it
When
is,
you're-
but that is not the case all the time, right? I mean, I mean, we'd like to say yes, but I mean, I can count on, my hands how many those epic times you're like, man, this is why we do it.
I'm kind of like, what is it? Me?
Yeah,
right.
Like,
What
am
is
I doing
going
something
on?
wrong? What's happening? bro?
Yeah, but and that's the thing, you can do a show and you think you do a terrible job. Somebody else might be like, man, dude, you guys are rocking, man. That was my favorite show. I'm like, really cool, because there was nobody out there. You could have fooled me,
fooled me, yeah.
but yeah, John is stoked, so that's cool. But yeah, you'll have those, and it's like sometimes the stars align and everything's perfect, everybody's on the same page, and when those moments happen, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But I think we all try as musicians to recreate that
It is.
every
That's
time.
always the goal. And if sometimes you don't reach it, you feel disappointed, or sometimes,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't. It's a happy thing that we do for people.
Yeah.
If we're given what we're doing for them,
Right,
That's what I
right.
was talking.
And that's the thing, and that's why I hate some of these hecklers or there's some of these people that'll just come on like, "Sure, dude, you guys," and it's like, dude, okay, one, we're here for you. We're trying to entertain. We've put out all this effort and energy, practice time and setup times, and you don't even know the half of what goes into it, and then you can gut us just by like,
Yeah. You don't know that song?
yeah,
I know that that song, but it's going to sound a lot like this one.
I love it. That's the other thing too. It's like, yeah, you'll get people because you're not a jukebox that are just pissed, you know. And they're just like, oh, screw these guys. They're dicks. And it's like, what? Because we didn't know it, or like, no, I purposely am not going to play Freebird, sir. Sit down. It's like, I'm tired of it. Like, let's not do that.
I love that song.
Oh, well.
I love it too. I just don't want to play it.
Exactly. I'm like, I just don't want to
personal.
play it. They one, it's, you know, like 8 minutes long or some shit. And I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
So segueing into more modern, right? So
Well, you said you played the mill, so you kind of knew Cuspe was on your radar at one point. Is that why?
I don't remember. Oh, Robbie Olson was our drummer. And
God, I
he
was just
blew
talking-
up. He grew up here in North Bend, so he's got us to hook up in there.
Oh,
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
you're
I
right.
was literally just last night
we were talking about Robbie.
Yeah, and Robbie Olson got brought up. I'm like, oh yeah, I know Robbie, right? I just from growing up and drumming and stuff. Yeah, that's just wild. That's wild that you just brought him up.
Yeah, so he was my drummer in the Collected Souls, and we went to St.
Oh.
Lucia together and got to play with Ed, and
cool.
Ed Roland and stuff. So that
Nice.
was such a cool experience. for
Yeah,
us.
no doubt. That's just
But he's the reason that kind of got us down here, and the Warehouse 101 was awesome at that time, man. I really wish
I
they
know.
would still do that.
Everybody does. It was like, you know, we kind of touched on this one before too. It was like,
I think that's the first time I really heard the word green room. And as we pulled in at that time, you'd drive around the back on that old wooden,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
they'd park, and they'd go in through the back door, and they'd, hey, throw your stuff in the green room. What's a green room? You know, where the band goes, okay.
yeah, no, we had a couple of those moments too, and that's now we have the little shuttle, so that's we
That
call
is
it
our
our
green room.
mobile green room. So
I think
it's
it's
like
awesome.
you know, even if they don't have a place, like we can come and decompress or during sets or whatever the case. But it is important, I think. I mean, it's and when they have something like that built in, you know, they're about the bands.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, hey, they're looking out for you. Here's your space. Here's your stuff. You know, where some people like, don't look at anybody. Come in the back door and be quiet. You know, yeah, you hate that. Like I never felt like a servant in my life until certain people. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, man.
They're the rules, though. They have their rules, and
Yeah.
you know,
very,
things too,
very,
you know.
lots of rules.
That's true.
very
That's
strict.
true. No, yeah, I still love the mill though. Coquel now. It's one of
Right,
yeah. It's one of those. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna take some therapy. It's not gonna change overnight for
No,
me. It's gonna be the mill for a long time. I'm sorry.
Seven Feathers are going to have to change their billboard, you know, when they have, it's not your average run of the mill. Oh, well.
That's good marketing though.
Yeah, it was.
That's right. Somebody's like, I got it.
I know you're doing your own thing right now,
Yeah.
right? But you played with you had another band,
Rockopedia.
Rockopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
Yes.
guitar player for Rockopedia.
Yeah.
And now, were you here for a while, or was it like run and gun? Like you got here and then like swoop?
So when I first moved here, my wife Terry lived up in Portland for 2 years, so I lived here. And the only thing really musically I had was karaoke at the Arcade Tavern down there in Bandon on
Yeah,
Wednesday nights. You know, that was it. I had DJ Memo. You know. And
Oh yeah,
Right.
no,
Yeah,
we know
that's right.
DJ Memo very well.
Anyway, so that was the coolest thing I had. So then I think when Terry moved down, finally I was like, you know, I'd really like to try to get back into music. So I worked with a couple people's trying to get something going. It was just right before COVID, and it kind of couldn't keep going. You know,
Yeah.
Just people had issues; they couldn't be around people. So
Right.
So anyway, I seen an ad in the paper, somebody band looking for a guitar player. So I text the number, and I was like, "Who's in the band?" They're like, "Well, who's this?"
Nice.
And they hadn't heard of me, of course. So
Right.
I said, well, just who's in your band? They said, well, Mary Johnson. I said, I'm in.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason I said that is because I think one of the first times I saw a good band down here was when you guys played in Dundee
Okay.
at the Broken Anchor.
Oh yeah.
And you had Michael, was his name, the guitar player? What was his name?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony. So them and you and Mary, you guys were on fire, man. It was
Okay.
the funnest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Broken Anchor. Is that the one on the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were standing
Yeah,
on
it's
that
kind
little
of right
stage up on-
before
Yes.
Lloyd, the old
Yes.
tap now, but yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So and then I was like, wow, that guy's like playing lead guitar and the bass. I was like, what?
That was a long time ago.
It was like 2016 or 17 or something like that. Yeah, it was way back then. But then, after that, I was like, man, I got to get playing again. So anyway, so that's where I heard Mary. I was like, I know she can sing. First time I met them, they said, here's a couple songs, learn a couple songs, come practice and see. We'll do an audition, see what you like. And so they were laying down the rules, just can't drink at the band practice and this. And I'm like, okay, get loaded before band practice.
You're like, okay, here's what I have to do then.
We're musicians, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we worked on it together, and we had a thing kind of going where we were getting the sets together, and it came up time to do a name. And so we all threw names in the hat, and the bass player who had the PA liked his name, wanted to go with that. And I'd given like 3 or 4 names. Out of the ones that I liked, Mary picked Rockopedia. And she goes, I really like that. And the bass player's like, well, I don't like it. She goes, what do you don't like about it? I just don't like it.
Wait, but why?
And she goes, well, that's the one I'm going with. And he goes, I quit.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And that was it. He left. Him and the drummer left. So then we started over, and that's when we got Mike Carrillo. And
Nice. Mike's a great guy too. Garce is awesome, dude.
Yeah, he's a great drummer too.
Yes.
Yep.
So.
He's in like 50 bands, but yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell what we need around here. Maybe some more drummers. I don't know.
Have you heard of Garce's band? Which one?
Well, yeah.
I think he's in that band called Band Whore.
Yeah. Definitely. He's a lifetime member.
No, he's great. So yeah, it was, it's a labor of love and a lot of work and working full time. And Mary and I worked full time, and it was always a challenge to get time to practice and other people had other projects. And so it was practice, and getting to work on new stuff was always a challenge. But eventually it just got to where it became more work. And I was like, right. Yeah, kind of going to give you guys some notice here. And we'd gone through, 4 bass players.
Right.
I was gonna say that's the thing too. When you bring up, it's a lot of work and stuff. It's like it's really hard to keep.
When you when the countdown comes back to 0 every couple
time,
months, and you're like, great, now we got to go through all these long rehearsals again. We got to go through all this stuff. There's no because. And we did that too, man. We went through some, and it was just, seemed like
we could drop names, but we won't.
But we won't. Thank you. But yeah, we go through some people, and then,
it just gets annoying.
I know it was a while before I started playing in any of the bands. DJ Memo asked me, hey, this band needs a bass player. You want to play bass with Aurora? And I was like, I don't want to be a bass player. I want to be a guitar. I was like, but I should have probably done it better. It wasn't personal.
I get it though. It is. It's kind of I got offered that too, for a while there, and I did. I played bass for Toys, and I did some stuff, but it was like, and I tried to make it my own. Like I'm like, no, I love this. I really, really love this.
I swear I do. I swear
I do. I'm going to buy all the equipment. I'm going to commit. And then it's like, but it's not the same.
It's an integral part of the whole sound. And
it really is.
And, you can be a guitar player and try to fill that void. But if you don't really have that feel in the groove.
Right. If you're a guitar player.
If you're a guitar player playing bass, it's a different feel. Even if you're hitting the notes and stuff, it's like, that was one thing that Kevin was like, he's a bass player. Like he can go.
Well, and I think it helps because I'm a drummer.
Right, exactly.
Right. That's where it's like, okay.
Simpatico. Those guys are the backbone of the whole stuff, So drums and bass are hand in hand, and so he already kind of like knows as a drummer, like this is what I would want to hear as a drummer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it lends itself to the song. So yeah, I totally get that, man.
Well, with you guys, and this is what I've always tried to emphasize is the music is 50% of it. Showmanship is the other 50%.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
And that's what you guys bottle up, man.
Right.
Sell that all day long.
Yeah, we try for that too, because we do. We want it. Like if you're gonna go on stage and you're just gonna sit and not do anything and have a scowl, and it's like, why are you doing this? What's the point? You're not making us happy. You're not making the crowd happy. Like, what the hell?
If you're not having fun, it's hard to sell.
Yeah,
it really is.
You're a good. You're not doing backflips on stage, but I've watched you play a lot of times, and you're a very happy, positive person. Like you are a good showman. As far as
you always make eye contact with band members and crowd members. You work it, and that's the thing. You don't have to be super flashy. You don't have to do all this stuff, but you can tell that you enjoy it, and that translates.
Or am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No.
He's like, oh man, I was fooling you guys.
No, I was probably trying to remember how this chord song go.
I'm like, man, I don't know if he's happy right now. No, he's thinking. It's it's rebooting right now. It's gonna take a second.
I hope nobody caught that. Terrible. No.
Now, I do have a side question, and then we'll get into what you're doing now.
Okay,
right?
sure.
Side question. Your guitar, right? You rock the Les Paul with the Floyd Rose, don't you? Yes.
Yeah.
God, yes.
Yeah,
I know that's a rare bird. Man.
It is. What do you? What's your opinion on that? Because I've talked to a lot of guitar players who were like, "Oh no way, bro! If you're gonna play a Les Paul, you better not ever have a Floyd Rose on it." I love it. Why do you use that guitar?
I think part of it is I've always kind of like not spend too much, and honestly, I got that one in 2010 at Portland Music, and I had been working so much overtime. I was worn out. Terry and I were downtown, and I looked at the guitar and I was like,
yeah.
It's weight
like
relief.
That Wayne's World moment. You're like,
Yeah, it was like that. The angels were singing.
You will be mine.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was weight relieved. I'm not a big dive bomber or anything, and I blocked it so it wouldn't pull up,
Right.
just so it would still put a bigger block on it so it'd have more sustain.
Yep.
But it just felt good, and I've always loved the growl of a Les Paul. It's just kind of the old Kiss days. I've been to Catch on Fire. That'd be awesome.
man.
But other than that, I just love the sound of the Les Paul, and so I walked in there. It was $3,000, and I closed my eyes and said, "Okay,
Take it before I change my mind."
yeah. So, and every time I've like we've had our jam at our house you were at, and Adam come over, and everybody picks up that guitar place, and they're like,
"Wow,
what is this?"
Yeah.
But it's a nice guitar, and I didn't know it at the time. Alex Lifeson went with those, and then he had a piezo put in it, so he had two jacks in the back, piezo one acoustic sound.
Oh, cool.
And the other one, so they can get the Alex Lifeson model, which with this was the first version.
Oh, cool.
Of that, and then he had the Hughes and Kentner Triumphs, which I happened to buy a Hughes and Kentner Triumph because I loved the sound. I'm like, I don't even play any Rush, but he's my idol,
I've come across those too, like certain like models of things that you're like one of my favorite bass guitars is this. Actually, it's a Korn like Fieldy signature. Okay. But the cool thing is, even though he like scooped everything out, it was just clacking in bass, but it does have so many tonal options. So when I got a hold of it, I was like, man,
I'll tell you when I think it was at Coney Station, you guys were playing, and this was like I'd met you. Obviously, I'd met you before, right? When we were playing with Dundeal years back, right? But when you were playing with Rockopedia, I remember walking in and you were playing that Les Paul with the Floyd Rose, and I was like, dude, I love this guy, bro. I love it.
I don't need to know anything else about him, dude.
Yeah.
Sin.
Yeah, because there's a lot of negativity from guitar players when it comes to the Les Paul having a Floyd Rose, right?
Sure.
There's a ton of negativity from all kinds of musicians about all kinds of topics, and it's like that's what I don't get. It's like it's an art thing, so it's like you're gonna comment on my brush, bro. Like, get out of here. Like, who cares? Like, how does it sound?
I loved it. I loved it. I was so happy to see you playing it. I was like, thank you, God, somebody else.
I'll tell you something later because I won't break your heart right now.
Okay. All right.
And you touched on Terry, the woman, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, she's always made me look 10 times better than I sound or play. And she is the promotion queen, and she always has been, and she always will be. And
she is amazing. I love Terry. She's a good heart too. And and I've seen all your stuff, and I was like, who's doing all this stuff? And then she's like, it's me. I'm like, girl, you're rocking, man.
Oh,
you're like,
man. She cracks that whip too.
Well, they all do. I got a good woman behind me too that lifts me up and stuff. But the second you fall, she's gonna let you know.
Yeah,
like
that's right. But no, Terry. She will beautify any room she's in, whether she decorates it, whatever she does, touches anything she touches. She just got that
gift.
Sees what the potential is.
The vision.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm really grateful for her, and she's been a good supporter for my antics and all my
so how long
boneheaded stuff.
How long you guys been together?
Since we met in 2009 and got married in 2013.
Very cool. And
A
so
long time.
Basically,
I'm not going to do the math.
Forever.
It's a long time.
To her, it's forever.
well, and that's good. I mean, you guys seem super cool and simpatico too, man. It's like I always like it when like they got to figure it out to some extent, at least on the surface.
Yeah. we are the dynamic duo, we are the thing, and it's had its bumps, obviously, and stuff.
Right.
Everybody
does.
But it's just to show respect for one another and work it out.
Keep showing up. Which reminds me, I mean, one of the first times I met you, but you were kind enough to invite me out to Stroh, which is great. That's his little place, man. And it was awesome kind of music and food and fellowship and the whole night. It was a great time. Nice. And I was like, dude, I don't need to know anything else about this guy, but it was a fun time. It's great, even though I had my, I wasn't probably the most popular dude.
Yeah, whatever. I'm more focused on why I didn't get an invite.
Well, we'll talk to you about that on the break as well. There's reasons.
How about that last ball?
You got it going on, man. It's like, seems like your house, everything. You guys, you and Terry too, both. I was like, man, this is amazing.
My plan is working.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
so far it's
coming to fruition. Thank you.
It's a rare thing sometimes.
Musically now, where you're at, what you got going on?
Okay, so musically now is I've always wanted to play my acoustic guitar and really try to stand on my own 2 feet. Always would have my acoustic guitar in the living room and that. But because I played in the bands and everything, I'd pick it up and I'd get those looks like, you better not. And I was like, okay. No more music this weekend. You're just done too, that kind of thing. So I've never really got a chance to play the songs that I enjoy in acoustic guitar. You can't play in the bands, you just can't go out and play Jack Johnson and, some of the softer stuff that I like, or even some of the collective soul that's ballads, or things like that.
Well, you can, and you're doing it.
You can, right. It's possible. But anyway, so that was the thing is I thought, I want to do this as a checkbox, I check that box off, say it's so far out of my comfort zone to do this by myself. And, I'm still learning. I always feel I'm still learning how to play guitar.
Well, you always are, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how old of a musician you are. It's like, if you're not still learning, then,
Yeah. And I enjoy learning songs. It's taken me, honestly, it's just been over a year. And it's honestly just getting to where the jitters are kind of not so bad.
Right. Well, because you don't got anybody else to blame on it now. Dude, that sucked. Oh God, it was just me. That's right.
And some of it is like, I know this song backwards and forward, and now I'm saying, where's that verse?
Oh yeah. Right. Well, we still do that to this day. I mean, there's just stuff, brain farts and things, and it's like, dude, some of the most complicated leads and stuff that nailed it. 3-chord burner. What? What was that? I don't know.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh at yourself and just go with
exactly. You're like, well, I know it's only DAC, but I forgot the A. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's a learning thing, but it's fun because it gives me something new that I can do. That's I'd rather sometimes just be in a coffee house where I'm background music and do it, and I don't feel any pressure. I don't expect an applause. I don't any of that. Sometimes when people clap, I'm like, I'm just a guitar player.
Right.
Well, you're humble. That's awesome.
Right. But anyway, the nice thing about it's really now getting collaborating and getting some mixing other players in.
I don't
know.
Brought me out, man. That was awesome. I had such a blast doing that with you, and then Kevin and Christina were there. It was a great time. We had so much fun, and I was like, see, this is super cool.
Right,
and you're not taking it like super super serious to where you're like, no, this is about me. You guys step back. It wasn't like that. So I was like, man, this is awesome. He's fulfilling his stuff and also including some of the local musicians. I thought it was super cool, man.
I appreciate it. I've got a whole list, getting you in there, Kevin, too, and doing some stuff that probably music that most other people wouldn't like, things that you like, and more stuff. So, that's coming. The challenge I'm finding is I have songs I'm going to add and then like to do a collaboration with Jim Sylvester and then we're going to do Steve Jones this time.
Nice.
I've known him probably more musically wise, close.
Yeah, and
we talk.
Steve's a great player, great guy too.
Great dude too.
And it's something he hasn't really got to do. So it's giving somebody a chance to shine.
Yeah.
So now I'm learning. I'm kind of a couple of songs on my list I'm learning, but now his too. So I'm having it's challenging within 3-4 weeks to get those tightened down and practiced and stuff in the middle of it's like having another band practiced every week.
Yeah.
Until
I gotta admit, dude, I was a little more freaked out by. I didn't realize how much freaked out I'd be about it because I was kind of the same. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, we'll do this, and then I'm like, holy sh. I'm like, man, God, this is gonna be, man, I gotta come up with stuff. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm like, it was just like a little, whoo, okay. And I was almost a little more, nervous about that than even my regular gigs, that I've done a million times. So it was like, man, I'm more nervous about this than I am.
I remember the phone call. I'm kind of freaked out about having to play with Dwight, man. I was like, brother, relax.
I know, and I was so like, one, I don't really do acoustic stuff, and some of these other things.
Man. Everybody enjoyed it.
Was a blast.
You did a great job.
I would have given it up for anything. I mean, I'm so glad I did it, but it made me just like, after that, I was like, I got to get out more acoustic a little more, man. Get to do it, and I did. I started going through some stuff. I'm like, now I'm like, damn, I wish you would have me back now. Damn, I got some stuff.
Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready.
Yeah, but at the time, I was like, damn, I just wasn't. I just guess I wasn't as prepared as I initially thought I was. But but very cool, and I'm super stoked that you're doing it. And I gotta say, love your song choices.
Oh, good.
Love your stuff, man. I'm like, everybody comes. I'm like,
yeah, it's unique. It's different. It's fun. It's unique, right? It's songs that when you go listen to Toys or Aurora or even Rockopedia, right? It's like there's like specific songs that you would choose to pick to play for large quantities of people so that they can blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
With
only
that kind of a thing,
A-side, the top 100, this and that. Where now you can get to like, hey, this is a super cool song on the album that I love, but maybe not everybody knows. And
right.
Yeah. And there's no pressure that you got to make them dance.
Right. Exactly.
Right. That's the biggest thing is,
because I think that is, and I mean, gosh, you kind of nailed it there. I'm like, I agree. I guess I didn't even think about that, but that is a huge factor in what song choices you're doing, because you don't feel like you're doing anything if somebody's not dancing.
Exactly.
You're like, okay, if I can't not bring them to move their body, like I'm not doing my job. And that sucks, because there's a ton of great songs that honestly just aren't danceable. I mean, there's some great tunes, intricate and all this, and you're like, you feeling it, but it's like, you're not going to go out and shake your ass to it.
And there's a lot of those that you can't do alone. So when you collaborate, you can kind of get a little depth to them and make them do some stuff you really can't do by yourself.
Right,
so that's the greatest part about it.
Yeah, no, I applaud you, man. I'm like, dude, that's my retirement plan right there. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I'm like, you made me think about it, man. I'm like, dude, this is really, really cool.
Yeah, this will be my supplemental income, probably, hopefully, for the foreseeable future.
Right on,
when I'm done. So, one thing I always tried to do that I wanted to do when we had that mistletoe thing at the Captain's Cabin, all the bands got together.
Oh yeah,
for that time and played.
Yeah.
I really would have liked to do, and I'd hoped to, but I just didn't have the time and energy to put in it. But do like a like Monsters of Rock or whatever, like they do in Portland. They take 2 people from this band, 2 people from that band, put them together. You guys do 3 different songs that you don't do in your bands.
Honestly, to get something like that started back again, I would love to see that, even if it's like once every 3 months or maybe twice a year,
or even once a year. I mean,
once
it was just
cool. Once a year,
because we're all busy. It's really hard enough to get people together that are so busy.
In your own band,
if you're a working band, you know. But if you can make it like, this is every September, whatever it is, it's like you can make that, then bands can plan around that too, and just be like, cool, we might be able to get in on this year.
Well, and I know a lot of musicians in the area who I've seen be in bands growing up. They just don't really play anymore, right? It'd be cool to bring some of those
players out there, dude. That like they never leave, but they're like, "Damn, dude, Paul, what are you doing, dude? You're awesome." I like to play, but I work for.
No, that's a great idea.
I agree. I think that's awesome.
I'd always hoped it worked. So if hopefully you guys can make it work and somebody can run with it, that'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty sweet.
It would be.
Put something together like that.
Oh yeah, actually. We know enough people too. We could get something popping like that. Rent out
once a year, dude.
Yeah,
Like you said, once a year.
Well, I think it would be a little feather in the cap for whatever venue wanted to host it too. I mean, that's a big thing. And if it was like a repeated thing, man, that could be good stuff. Yeah, mark that down, all you venues out there. We're coming for you. Right. Start thinking about it.
So I did have one more question. So when it comes to, how often do you play when you're doing the solo thing? I know you said you're bringing in kind of other people sometimes, but how often do you play, and like where do we find where you're playing?
So right now, I've really I've been overwhelmed with work and everything else that I've got going on. So I'm at about once or a month, maybe twice a month at the most right now, but that'll pick up as I get more time that I can done working in January. But in the summer, there's a lot more opportunities.
Oh yeah.
Being a 8 to 5 stiff, it's a little bit more challenging. Yeah. But I'll pick it up, and we had a website, Between Dreams, and
Between Dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool name too. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I love it.
Man. So that's kind of where it's at, and then I'll try to do the collaborations. Captain's Cabin is just a great place to do that because they're so forgiving and accepting of and know everybody. So you go in there and Tina and them just take good care of us.
Well, you can tell they love the music scene. I mean, she tries to fill a lot of the time with music stuff, which is great. Monday through Friday, not just the weekend. So she tries to get some of that stuff. And there are people, man. There are people that'll, Wednesday night coming with bells on, man, ready to go. Yeah. So it's very cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thing. I play, I think next, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, May 2nd, I play at Gemini down there in Bandon.
Oh, cool.
And then Cabin on the 4th.
Awesome, man. All right. Awesome. Well, again, man, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you coming out, Dwight. You're like I said, you're an amazing dude. You're a great musician.
Well, I gotta ask forgiveness because when I come out and hear you guys, you got to see me in front of the stage dancing, and I apologize.
No, you're good. You're a good dancer,
bro.
You're a good dancer.
Not even terrible.
No,
not even in the top 10 of like dancers I've seen. Like, whoa.
Yeah. I'd prefer to watch you dance over
Elaine
Max.
on Seinfeld status. You see that girl? I'm like, okay, she's having a good time.
Yeah, that's right. I always try to push Terry. I'm like, they want to look at you. They don't want to look at me. Come on, get in front of me.
Yeah. Spin.
Anyway.
So you took a little bit of a hiatus, right? Where you didn't play very much, right? Then you kind of came back into it, worked your way, and now you're here doing kind of where you're doing your own thing, right?
Right.
What would you say to people who end up taking a hiatus and then decide they want to get back into it? What's some positive words for people like that?
I would say don't get discouraged, because there's always a learning curve, and we're always going to make mistakes. I have never played a show where I've never made mistakes, so don't wait till you think you're going to be perfect and ever do everything right. There's jams. I've always thought the jams are great for people that don't play in a band full time, and that's their time to get to do the one thing they love.
Right.
And I always thought they should always take a preference up there and throw yourself out there. You know, say nobody's going to take you out in the street and shoot you.
No, I agree. And then talk to these musicians, because usually it's some sort of band that's running it, and they already kind of have some stuff that they do. So if you're like, hey, I don't want to go out there and look like a total ass and have something thrown at me, you can usually talk to these guys and go, hey, what kind of stuff are you doing? What kind of songs? What's something that maybe I can go home and I can
come back next week
and come back next week and play with you guys, because they're 9 times out of 10, most of these guys are going to be really open to it and very cool about it, and I'd actually appreciate that. To come up and be like, hey man, he killed it. He came up and learned his stuff and did that. So, because I've done that with some jams. I'm like, man, I don't know if I can just jump in there and nail it and know where you're going, and versus, okay, what are you guys doing? And then go home and practice it and come out. And maybe you can get your feet wet that way. And
absolutely.
Decide if like being in a band is something that you really want to do.
And acoustic, if you're a guitar player, acoustic is a great way to go to an open mic, acoustic guitar, and you can get up and play a song or two and just dip your toe in.
Preach, Dwight.
Amen.
Well, awesome. Thank you again for joining us. This is Behind the Bay with Max and Kev. Today's Dwight Stroh. We appreciate you so much, man. We thank you so much for coming in, and we love your story, man.
Glad you got to meet me.
Yeah. I am too.
It really was nice.
Never mind, get out. No.
No, it really was nice because I've known you for a long time, just kind of, but I've never really like got to really know about you personally, right? So
Well,
no,
it's
this
kind of
was great.
It's kind of the same when you invited me to come. I'm like, I know of Dwight, and I'm like, and actually being in your home and chilling with you and talking with you. I'm like, I really like Dwight, man. He's a great guy.
No matter what they say about him,
no
he's
matter
a
what
good
they say.
guy.
It's not all true.
A majority, but not all of
it. No, thank you very much. It's been a blast, man. Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Well,
Appreciate it.
thank you for being on the podcast. We really enjoyed having you here, man. And we'll be catching more of you, I'm sure.
Sounds great. We'll see you out playing.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace out, guys.